Yo. Drop it in the chat if you can hear me, please. And excuse me, fat boy is having a snack. Skills, you ready for part two? I'm gonna make this real quick. The Scorpio Jim, what up? See, I had looked at something after we got off, and I'm just like, I don't feel like waiting till tomorrow because I want tomorrow when I go to sleep to be a whole new day. You know what I'm saying? So, I decided to just show y'all something real fast because see, this stuff ain't no joke. Click the like button though, get the likes up, so we can just get people back in real fast for this quick part two. And I got a plant-based caramel joint. Hey man, listen, they got some vegan trees out here, man. Some plant-based stuff out here that'll have you fat for real, for real. Oh, so if you're new to the channel, you didn't see part one, I'll recap it real fast. But I'm gonna show you something else that I went to go look at that was on TMZ that I clicked on, and I said, see, this is how the spirit worked. Clicked on it. I went to go look at the heavens, and I said, get the hell out of here. I gotta come back and do a part two immediately so y'all can see how real this really gets, right? So let me smash this little piece real fast. Sharon, you're an old head. Let me find out you're an old head. I don't be knowing who these people is. You're an old head. My people like that too. I be having to tell Jew who is who. So he be like, man, I don't know who these people is, no. You know. Mm-mm-mm. Unapologetically black. What's happening? All right. So let me share my screen. We do a quick recap, and we'll get to a quick part two real fast. All right. All right. So, earlier on part one, and again, we talking about PnB Rock was shot and killed. Rest in peace. May your soul go to a higher evolution. In part one, what we did was we outlined the fact that today, September 13th, well, midnight, it's universal time is September 13th, but September 12th, the planet Mars is right here in green at the base of this arrow. And it's in direct opposition, ladies and gentlemen, to Mars in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius right here, and then the sun in Sagittarius. And this creates a problem. This is called Mars opposite Mars. When that happens, this is a code red. We get into some keywords of Mars. You see that it represents gunshots, burns, bloodshed, war, violence. We see those energies over here on the far right, and you pretty much see them everywhere. You know, blood in this column, hot acids, bloodshed, armed service in this column, accidents in this column right here. Okay, excuse me. When we take a look at this particular slide right here, we understood that Mars is currently in Sagittarius in the sky in yellow, the yellow arrow. So Sagittarius is at the top, and directly opposite Sagittarius is Gemini. So everything connected right here by the yellow square, because Mars is going to be in, I'm sorry, Mars is in Gemini right now at the bottom. And when PnB and Rock was born, he's a Sagittarius with Mercury in Sagittarius and Mars in Sagittarius, as we saw. Everything is connected by this yellow square. So if you have Mars or Sun or Mercury in these positions connected by the yellow square, this duration of time from now until mid-March is going to be potentially an issue. Okay. And so we outlined that you also should know what your trigger points are. Like I got Mars in Aquarius. So I know when Mars getting Taurus, Mars getting Leo, Mars getting Scorpio, or at a home in Aquarius, the energy is heightened at that particular time. I like to try to have no tension. I try to have no tension, period, anyway. But definitely no buildup, and making sure that I have a healthy release and regimen of energy. Mars represents physicality. It wants to sweat. It wants to work out, possibly want to have great sex. It's just that kind of energy. Okay. All right. And so we can see again going to the chart today, Mars opposite Mars, that represents a cold red. I also highlighted that, if this was my client back on back on late August, I gave my clients a future report for the upcoming month. I would have highlighted this right here because it's obvious on September the 2nd. This is when the energy is directly opposite. And this is definitely a cold red point right here. And the duration of this period is going to last for quite some time. Usually, on average, Mars will get through a sign in about 60 days. However, since it's going to go through a period of a retrograde, it's going to be here all the way up until 6 months from now. So, what is normally a 60-day transit, 2 months, is going to be a 6-month transit because of the Mars retrograde. Okay. So, we got to be on point. So, I pointed that out. Mars opposite Mars is a problem. Okay. Now, when I went to TMZ, okay, they dropped the story that he was in a brutal wreck, allegedly street racing, and he wrecked his car. And they dropped this on 13120. Okay. Now, when you go to the chart on 13120, you see in green it says 13120. Let me save this. Let me go to a new slide and let's just bring it in right on 13120. Okay. So on 13120, you tell me what's going on. I want you to pay very close attention to this because this dude Mars is now right here, right? I hate when I copy it this way, but it's now right here in Sagittarius. But where was Mars at when he was born? Right here. See, this is what I'm saying, man. This is very serious. I don't know if y'all really understanding this. Mars is at 18 degrees Sagittarius. Okay? This is at the time of him being in a wreck. But Mars in the sky today is like 12 degrees Gemini, right? When we come back here at the top of the chart, it's the exact same line of space. So when this planet keeps getting right here, he keeps getting banged up. That was the precursor 2 years ago. Y'all understand that? 2 years ago that was there. And so what that would look like, because he's born what? He's born December 9th, 91. Let me show y'all what that looked like in real time. Okay? So because the conjunctions you can see. The conjunctions you can see and they make a little bit more sense to me, right? So if he's born, when was he born? 1991. 12-9. And I know it was all that energy was by the sun when he was born, right? Whoop, with my cool little glasses. So what do we have? Let's light up some stuff so we can make some markers, right? So sun right in this region. It look like Mars is at the claw of the scorpion, right? Mars is at the claw of the scorpion. Keep that in mind. Mars is at the claw of the scorpion. Okay. Now, when was the accident? The accident was when? January 31st of 20. Okay. So January 31st of 20. Keep this screenshot right here. Mars is by the claw of the scorpion. All right. So let's go to 2020. This was January, what was it? 31? Was that it? Was it January 31? And it was 20. Bam. Where's Mars at? Mars is by the claw, but based off the angular position, it's just further back. It's not necessarily to the left, but it's just further back based off of, its orbit that year. But Mars is in the same vicinity. So when Mars gets back in the same region of space, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? This is why we keep telling you that space is intelligent. This space has a working memory of who you are. Hence, this is why we take a picture of the birth chart when you're born, because soon as you draw your first breath, these planets' locations become everything. It becomes everything. And note, Mars again is by the Milky Way rift, this band of light, right? So if we speed it up till today, which is what, 9:12, right? And we go back and we go look for Mars. We see the band of light is actually right here. You can see see that band of light. So Mars is starting to line itself up to get in this region of space with that band of light. Hence, the band of light is opposite the other band of light. Hence, in the chart, it looks like it's Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay. So again, look at this on the accident day is here. This is 2 years ago. And then when it's here on the opposite side, bam, activating that straight line of space, bingo, he gets killed. But he already had the marker here. Okay. So I just wanted to come back on real fast, man, and again show you, as I said in part one, right? As I said in part one, blow the planet up. Blow the planet up, man. All right. So yeah. I don't know. Industry hit. I don't know. See, I don't get into that particular portion of it because here's the kicker. Once you know this science, now you know the day when the hit is going to happen. And so now you have a knowledge that exposes that precedes that. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're dealing with this level of information, in a sense, it's going to play out how it's going to play out. But to know when is paramount. And, G.I. Joe, no one's half the battle. So I just wanted to come on real fast and just show you that quick parallel on this quick part two, man. But if you didn't watch part one, watch part one. Tie it all together. And again, rest in peace, PnB Rock, man. And I'm signing off. I'm going to bed this time. All right. Peace.